And woke up the other day. I came out with this. I don't know what you would call it, but he came out anyway, and I think we all knew it was going to happen. I said it many times it was going to happen. They're kind of just testing the water to see how people would react. As you know, in Cavan Town, for example, you're not allowed to burn only coal and only briquettes or any of that. You need to use smokeless coal. Um, obviously it's a mad plan now that it's going to be nationwide. It's going to be in every town. There's no going to be ifs or buts about it. He's going to do it anyway. He says, it needs to be done. Alan needs to do something about climate change and X, Y, and Z. But here's the thing I say to him and why Ireland probably has less than 1% emission in the whole world. I say we probably need the best in Europe for population wise. You should look at China. You should look at North Korea. You should look at all these countries that are burning huge amount of coals. Like take for example, China's opened 42 new coal power plants, and apparently the United Nations Imanoi's not home when that's happening. He's not asking the Chinese ambassador why he's doing that and how many coal plants does China have, because I say the amount of coal plants China has outweighs our emissions by millions to one. Like Ireland's doing pretty well. We have to admit, like again, Ireland's not causing this. There's a few old people down the country have a fire lit because they've nothing else to keep themselves warm, and Eamon Wine's just wants to take that away from them now. And then put the price up on everything else. Put the price up on everything else. Oil or anything that they all this stuff they're going to make older people life a torture more or less. And he's going to do the same with smokeless coal probably too. He make up an excuse to try and get more taxes for himself. But again, I say this to him, right? There's only a few old people. I know a few old people around here. There's nothing else. Even my father. Nothing else but his fire. That's the only thing that's keeping him going. Keeping the house warm at Christmas and in the evenings, in the dark evenings. Is his fire. Is his few bits of coal he puts in a few briquettes. Again, that's not killing the environment. Let's be fair. What's happening in China with big black smoke coming out of burning plastic 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for plastic shit from China. That's just killing the environment. That's just killing the environment. China polluting the waters, throwing stuff into waters and things like that. Again, Eamon Wine, apparently not at home. Nobody's at home when that's happening. But yeah, apparently they blame Ireland for all this crack. Again, this is the crack they're coming out with. Again, it will affect the older people mostly because younger people now, if they do get a mortgage, if they do again, that's the word. If they do get a mortgage and if they're able to pay it off and everything like that, it's all modern heating in houses, which is good. But older people like again my father, he'd rather have his fire. Like that's the only thing keeping him going. His fire. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. And again, he pays a lot of money to get coal and briquettes and whatever. And it's costly, and especially when he's getting the old age pension. Again, you have to understand this that Eamon Ryan, it's fair for him, able to sit and let's the house. Probably they have a fucking big fire lit and let's us. I wouldn't be surprised that the cuts kind of contradict themselves anyway. But yeah, Eamon Ryan, that's not going to go very well. Because again, unless you're going to give them more money, unless you're going to give the elderly people more money on the fuel allowance, or even people in social welfare or whatever, to get smokeless coal, I would do that. Again, they have no solution. They're just going to up it, and they don't give a fuck about anybody else. That's just the country we live in. They just couldn't care less about challenging China on it. They're too afraid. But yeah, this is what they're going to plan, and I knew it all along. Eamon wanted to come out with this kind of absolute rubbish. Because Ireland's doing well. We have to admit to ourselves, we are doing very well. We're not polluting the environment as much as a communist nation in Asia, and the majority of nations in Asia and other countries. Ireland's doing nothing like that. We don't see in rural Ireland or in Dublin they went to the big factories pumping out huge amount of smoke into the environment, and we all have to go around and wear masks because we're choking to death with the fumes of them burning plastic. At least that's not bad. That's China. But I'd see nothing. There's nothing here that I see bad. Maybe there's a few places around the country maybe burning out some stuff, but apparently not too much. But sorry, my thing falling. Anyway, thank you for watching, subscribe for more, and bye.